if you average out the View hosts, among the dumbest people on television.
Usually reserved, Melania Trump is furious. The woman who wants to be First Lady is taking on several media outlets that she says printed false reports about her personal life. Now Melania is threatening to sue. Les Trent has the latest.
And you need to defend yourself all the time. As you may heard, I file a few lawsuits, and I'm in the court now because they accuse me of doing stuff that I never did in my life, and they wrote lies, and I will not allow that. I will fight till the end.
I think she hates him.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay, so we can all agree on that. That's a given. I also think that she wants to take him out. She does not want to be the First Lady anymore.
I think Sonny's dumb. Is certainly not the brightest person. And what she just said just doesn't make any sense. It's just like so silly to say. It's not a well thought out.
Melania Trump just unleashed a media earthquake, and no one saw it coming. Her massive $100 million 0 cents lawsuit has sent daytime television into full-blown meltdown mode. The View is right in the blast zone, and Joe Rogan? He's already turning the heat up with fiery commentary that's scorching every platform online. This isn't a squabble between stars. It's a public war with reputations, egos, and fortunes all on the line. In the eye of the storm, Sunny Hostin, cornered, exposed, and scrambling for cover as the legal firestorm closes in on her fast. Melania's legal team didn't just file a case. They fired a missile straight at the View's reputation. And Rogan? He's not watching from the sidelines. He's firing verbal rockets with pinpoint fury. The courtroom battle has barely begun, and already the internet is crackling with tension. According to this jaw-dropping lawsuit, The View didn't simply toss out opinions, they launched a savage, calculated attack. Melania's lawyers say the co-hosts crossed a red-hot line, and now she's done staying silent. No more holding back. Melania's playing offense now. With iron resolve, she's stepping into the spotlight with legal firepower aimed straight at her critics. What happened on that episode wasn't commentary, it was a televised takedown. They didn't just poke fun. They ridiculed her looks, slammed her style, and even hurled outrageous accusations about her marriage to Donald Trump. This wasn't debate, it was demolition. And now, the receipts are out for everyone to see.
I hear he likes to be the DJ. He likes to be the DJ, and it's a very fun night when he does that.
That thing needs a laugh track. It needs a laugh track.
I have to say, I was surprised when she mentioned his sense of humor. But I'm going to leave that alone and ask you all the question, will the candidate spouses getting involved like she just did?
What?
That's what it says.
But I get people think things are funny because they don't think about the person they're making fun of. You and I are both guilty of doing that.
Of course. The studio lights dimmed, but the shock in the air didn't fade. Audiences sat frozen, jaws dropped in disbelief. Some critics defended the show, others condemned it. But Melania's legal team didn't blink for a second. They charged forward like thunder, dropping the lawsuit with a force that shattered the industry's usual calm. And now, Joe Rogan has waded into the flames, full speed, zero hesitation. He's not tiptoeing around this mess. He's charging in, torch in hand, blasting The View with brutal honesty. With that trademark fury, Rogan attacked what he called their cheap theatrics and desperate lust for ratings. He reminded everyone of the times those same hosts cozied up to the Trumps, laughing, grinning, playing the camera like everything was just peachy. But those days are long gone. Now, Rogan says, The View has become a circus of faked outrage and empty applause. They don't want real talk, Rogan thundered. They want chaos. And the crowd online? They erupted like a volcano. According to Rogan, the show has devolved into a carefully scripted disaster where truth gets buried under flashy one-liners and shallow drama. His verbal assault hit like a sledgehammer, and the internet exploded in response. Clips of the fiery segment went viral within minutes. Fans couldn't stop watching. Rogan's blunt takedown topped trending feeds in a matter of hours. And suddenly, all eyes were on Sunny Hostin, now burning under a spotlight she never expected. Melania didn't stay quiet. She stepped forward with the boldest move possible. No PR fluff, no spin, just pure legal thunder. And Rogan, he lit another fuse with a jab that detonated across the web. If you average the IQs of the View hosts, you'd be lucky to hit triple digits. The internet went wild. His fans howled with laughter, critics screamed in outrage, but one thing was certain: the game had changed. This wasn't just a media scuffle, it was a cultural earthquake with real consequences. Melania's lawsuit didn't point at one host, it slammed the whole show, accusing it of fabricating a cruel public smear campaign designed to wreck her reputation. And now, that accusation is echoing through every studio in America.
Now, you know who has been bragging all over the campaign trail about how he's the one that overturned Roe v. Wade. But apparently, his wife has different thoughts on the reproductive rights after posting this video plugging her memoir. Take a look.
Individual freedom is a fundamental principle that I safeguard. Without a doubt, there is no room for compromise when it comes to this essential right that all women possess from birth: individual freedom. What does my body, my choice really mean?
Well, it is the show that people love to hate.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
They get so much hate watching viral clips of them saying ridiculous things. I mean,
Yeah.
it is a rabies-infested henhouse.
And Joe Rogan? He's not tapping out. He's charging in harder than ever. He pulled no punches as he blasted The View for turning conversation into carnage. This is what happens when debate gets replaced by demolition, he declared, and the fallout was immediate. Rogan ripped the mask off the show, calling the hosts nothing more than gossip merchants dressed as journalists. According to him, they're not discussing, they're destroying. And Melania's legal team agrees, 100%. This lawsuit says it loud and clear. These weren't thoughtless jabs, they were planned attacks. Rogan called out the calculated cruelty behind every so-called joke, from snide remarks about her marriage to nasty digs at her role as First Lady. And he's not standing on the sidelines, he's standing beside Melania in this media war. He accused the show of hiding behind laughter while shredding someone's character just to chase claps from a crowd. But here's the twist that's making legal experts sweat. This lawsuit could change the entire TV game. Analysts warn that if Melania wins, every talk show in America might face stricter boundaries and a brand new legal reality. This isn't just tabloid drama anymore. It's a courtroom thunderstorm with the potential to reshape the rules of modern media. Rogan called it a wake-up call, one the industry can't afford to ignore. He thundered, "Hollywood needs to hear this loud and clear. You don't get to wreck someone's name on national TV just to chase ratings and expect to walk away clean." And with that, the fight escalated to a whole new level. Sunny Hostin, she's not basking in TV glamour this time. She's facing the brutal glare of legal scrutiny. No makeup, no applause, just lawyers, cameras, and a judge watching every move. Meanwhile, Rogan's show has become a battleground. His message is crystal clear. You throw stones at people on live television. Don't act shocked when one comes back with a $100 million 0-cents lawsuit attached. And the cruelest part? All of this, every headline, every crisis, could have been avoided. If The View had chosen dignity over digs, they wouldn't be watching their empire teeter on the edge of collapse.
Allegedly, he was cheating while Melania was pregnant.
That was all. That's not going to come in front of the jury, though. The judge has ruled that won't come up.
We're on television now. And then after Melania gave birth to the baby, he found Stormy to strip around with, right?
Yes.
It's like people should look at him and say, you know, what kind of an insecure jerk are you? You know what I mean? It's like oh, my wife's pregnant, I'm not attracted to her big belly or something, and now she's paying attention to the baby and not me.
Let me ask you this, because I do want to get back to this point with the left and Melania Trump. Why can't she just be her own woman and have separate?
And she can.
And so why all that criticism? I mean, that was gross from The View.
And I
look,
agree.
The View is not the litmus test of America. We don't think that.
They were afraid of that remark. That was their problem.
So why did they handle it that way?
This lawsuit isn't just rattling The View, it's sending shockwaves across the entire media landscape. Suddenly, talk shows built on cheap shots and hot takes are looking over their shoulders. Terrified the rules just changed overnight. Melanie's not just defending herself, she's demanding a total shift in how television treats public figures. She's calling out the smug jokes, the lazy jabs, and the toxic culture that treats mockery like it's entertainment. And now that warning bell? It's ringing through every Hollywood studio like an air raid siren. Producers are panicking, lawyers are tearing through scripts, and nervous whispers are flying. Did we cross the line too? Because if Melania wins this case, everything could be rewritten. This one lawsuit could change the very DNA of daytime TV, reshaping what's fair, what's legal, and what will never be tolerated again. And in the middle of this blazing firestorm, Joe Rogan, laughing, roaring, and tossing gasoline on the blaze. He torched The View's reputation, calling their fake outrage a cheap excuse for garbage reporting. Rogan shredded their defense, mocking the claim that these were just playful questions. Then he dropped the line that exploded online. It's not brave to trash someone who isn't there to defend themselves. It's cowardice in makeup. The internet detonated. Fans flooded timelines with clapping gifs, fire emojis, and the boldest quote of the year. The clip rocketed across platforms, praising Rogan's guts and grilling the show for hiding behind studio lights. But not everyone was celebrating. Critics pushed back hard, accusing Rogan of being too harsh, too loud, too angry. Social media turned into a battleground of praise, rage, and nonstop debate. And where was Sunny Hostin during all this chaos? Nowhere. No snappy comeback, no sharp rebuttal, just silence. And that silence? It was deafening. Behind the scenes, meetings dragged into the night, lawyers scrambled for damage control, and every word uttered on air came under review. The pressure? Suffocating. The stakes? Higher than ever. But Rogan, he didn't blink. He doubled down, reminding everyone that The View has a long history of dodging responsibility. 1 second they're comedians, he barked. The next, they demand journalistic respect. Make up your mind. Melania's legal team laid it bare. Ugly insults, cruel mockery, and personal attacks broadcast as entertainment, and Rogan made sure no one missed a single beat. The line wasn't just crossed, it was obliterated.
I think she hates him.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay, so we can all
That's a
agree on
given.
that. That's a given. I also think that she wants to take him out. She does not want to be the first lady anymore.
You're not really making the world a better place.
Right.
You're just allowing these financial institutions to enact control over corporations. And it's a really shifty, weird way they're doing it by making it seem like they're trying to make the world a better, more equal place.
This wasn't just TV chatter. It was a coordinated ambush, aired live and laced with venom. The panel didn't toss opinions, they lunged like verbal assassins with daggers made of sarcasm and spite. One host mocked Melania's holiday decorations, sneering at her taste with a smirk. Another took a jab at her personal life, digging where no decent journalist should dare. And then came the most vicious blow. Someone questioned if she even cared about her husband at all. This wasn't a debate, it was a public humiliation, a full-scale character assault disguised as talk show banter. And now, every word is being re-examined through the harsh lens of a courtroom. Let's be clear, this isn't some fictional drama cooked up for views. This is real. Real attorneys, real evidence, and the looming threat of reputations being obliterated before a nationwide audience. If The View loses this case, the consequences could be catastrophic, not just for the hosts, but for the entire brand. Their public image could go up in flames, and the financial damage, unimaginable. Joe Rogan says this isn't just poetic fustice, it's long overdue. He's calling it the great reckoning for daytime TV's unchecked arrogance. The time of mocking without mercy is over, and the bill for years of cruelty just landed on the table. And this time, Melania isn't sitting back taking the hits in silence. She's charging into the arena with legal force and righteous fire. The days of brushing her off are gone. Now she's rewriting the game. Rogan roared that The View's audience is now split in two. One side is defending their favorite hosts, but the other, they're standing behind Melania, cheering what they see as a long-awaited stand against media bullying. Legal experts are scrambling to catch up. No one knows how this will end, but everyone knows it could reshape the future of television forever. No show is safe. No host is untouchable. Suddenly, every segment, every joke, every fiery remark is a ticking time bomb, one that could explode into another lawsuit. Rogan made it plain. The age of hot takes without consequences is dead. He didn't tiptoe. He ripped the veil away and exposed the mayhem beneath the surface. And guess what? This storm might just be getting started. If Melania wins big, this could open the floodgates. A wave of lawsuits, retractions, and apologies could sweep through every studio from coast to coast. Talk shows, influencers, podcasts, they'll all be forced to rethink every word. And the chilling question echoing everywhere is now, how far is too far? Rogan insists this isn't about cancel culture. It's about fairness, respect, and basic human decency. He's not calling for silence. He's calling for responsibility. As the court date looms closer, The View is trapped in a spiral of panic like never before. No PR team can spin this away. It's a $100 million 0 cents wake-up call, and the whole world is watching.
And you need to defend yourself all the time. As you may heard, I file a few lawsuits, and I'm in the court now because they accuse me of doing stuff that I never did in my life, and they wrote lies, and I will not allow that. I will fight till the end.
Melania Trump isn't just making headlines. She's shaking the very pillars of media power with every move she makes. Her legal team has launched a full-scale blitz that's rattling the nerves of every talk show, podcast, and newsroom from New York to LA. The message is thunderously clear. Say what you want, but be ready to face the fire if you cross the line. And Joe Rogan? He's not treating this like another story. He's calling it a reckoning that's been a long time coming. This isn't daytime gossip, Rogan thundered. It's a mirror, and it's showing the media their own arrogance. That bold warning has now become a rallying cry for viewers across the country. Those who once thought they could speak freely without consequences are now being dragged under the spotlight, examined word by word, insult by insult. No more free passes for so-called jokes that leave reputations in ruins. And the irony? It couldn't be sharper. The View, once hailed as the moral compass of daytime TV, is now facing public trial, both in opinion and possibly in court. Their defenders are losing steam, while panic quietly swirls behind the scenes. Sources say legal teams are locked in emergency sessions, while producers are tearing apart old footage, rewriting scripts, and whispering in dread, what if we're next? Joe Rogan didn't hesitate. He laughed right into the lens and fired off a brutal truth bomb. They thought they were untouchable, but when $100 million 0 cents is on the line, nobody's bulletproof. The internet exploded with reactions. Fans flooded the feeds with claps, memes, and cheers. Melania's bold move had transformed water cooler chatter into a national firestorm. And now, the battle isn't just about one show. It's about ethics, boundaries, and what modern media is allowed to get away with. Can a host mock someone's marriage and call it journalism? Is there any line that still matters? Melania's answer is fierce and final. This lawsuit is her stand, a line carved in legal stone. She's not just defending herself. She's speaking for every person who's ever been publicly torn down without a voice. This isn't just a personal vendetta. It's a full-on war for dignity, truth, and accountability. The View didn't expect this punch to land, but now they're the ones wobbling. And behind the courtroom tension, a cultural shift is roaring to life, one where every word spoken on air might finally carry real responsibility.
His lying is monumental, as we all know. And even people who are Trump supporters, Watch this. Just watch this. This is good.
I have a hard time doing it to them because I'm basically a truthful person. But and frankly,
Basically, and I am a natural redhead who's 29 years old. Okay? I mean, the jokes just come so easily.
Joe Rogan isn't just watching this train wreck. He's clapping from the front row with a grin that says it all. This is karma in court filings, he barked, and every word hit like a hammer. The smirks, the snide remarks, the smug laughter, it's all banished. Now, it's been replaced by sheer panic inside ABC's headquarters. Executives are holding emergency meetings with clenched jaws and shaking hands. Could this lawsuit bring down their crown jewel? Could Sonny Hostin end up testifying on the stand? Could producers be dragged into the spotlight as the true architects of this mess? Suddenly, every major network is asking the same gut-wrenching question: are we next? And the fear isn't just on air anymore, it's creeping through the back halls into boardrooms and into scripts that used to feel safe. Melania's not just demanding justice, she's showing how it's done. With poise, with fire, and with the full force of the law behind her. Rogan shouted it loud. This isn't an overreaction, it's a warning. It's a legal roadmap, one that says, loud and clear, if you trash someone's life for ratings, expect consequences that sting. And the whole country? They're finally paying attention. Even former doubters are now glued to every headline, every court filing, every whisper from the legal battlefield. This isn't reality TV, it's reality, period. And the courtroom? It's the new stage. Rogan is feeding the blaze with every podcast, pulling up old clips of The View hosts grinning beside the Trumps, then cutting to their venomous attacks years later. The contrast? Devastating. He compared it to watching bad actors forget their lines, forgetting who they pretended to be, and the fallout? Absolute destruction. This lawsuit might just be the wrecking ball that forces daytime TV to finally clean up its act. If Melania wins, the age of reckless hot takes and smug cruelty could be over. A new chapter could begin. One built on caution, fairness, and yes, legal accountability. Rogan insisted, this isn't censorship, it's standards. It's not about silencing voices. It's about making those voices think before they spew. And with that, his audience roared with approval. For Melania, this battle goes far beyond headlines. It's personal. She's reclaiming her dignity, her truth, and her voice from a media machine that never thought she'd strike back. And The View? They're learning the hard way that the camera doesn't just record, it remembers. Every smirk, every jab, every low blow, they're all being replayed with legal consequences now attached. Rogan delivered the final gut punch. They built an empire on opinions, but forgot there's a line between bold and brutal. And now, that bill is being paid in full. Melania isn't blinking. Whether this ends in a courtroom bombshell, a quiet payout, or a public apology broadcast to millions, one truth remains clear. Television just got hit with the biggest, most brutal reality check in years, and Joe Rogan made sure the world didn't miss a single second of it.